Days stretched longer and the sun beat down relentlessly on the neighborhood. Emily Carter's determination to install her fake lawn grew stronger. She had spent weeks researching, debating with herself, and quietly gathering support from a handful of neighbors who saw the practicality in her plan. Yet the opposition was fierce, led by Mrs. Thompson and a few other long-standing residents who clung tightly to tradition. Despite the HOA's clear ruling against her plans, Emily refused to accept defeat. She believed that her yard was an aesthetic upgrade, a modern solution to a common suburban problem. She had even gone so far as to consult with a local landscape designer, who assured her that a high-quality, artificial turf could look almost indistinguishable from real grass. With her heart set on moving forward, Emily started to make discreet preparations. The first sign of trouble appeared one warm Saturday morning. Emily had begun clearing a corner of her backyard, carefully rolling out the synthetic turf she had ordered. She worked quietly, trying to avoid attention. But it wasn't long before Mrs. Thompson spotted her. The elderly woman was out watering her own garden when she looked over the fence and saw Emily's progress. Her face twisted into a mixture of disapproval and anger. Mrs. Thompson stormed over, her voice rising as she reprimanded Emily for defying the neighborhood standards. She claimed that artificial grass was an eyesore, that it would ruin the neighborhood's charm, and that Emily was setting a dangerous precedent. Emily attempted to explain her reasons: low maintenance, drought resistance, and a realistic appearance, but Mrs. Thompson was deaf to her arguments. She insisted that Emily's yard was an eyesore and threatened to report her to the HOA. Word of the confrontation spread quickly through the neighborhood. A few residents, mostly supportive of Emily's practicality, began voicing their opinions in private conversations. Others, especially the older residents who believed in sticking to tradition, sided with Mrs. Thompson. The conflicting opinions fueled a simmering tension that was beginning to bubble just beneath the surface. The HOA's next meeting was scheduled for the following week, and Emily decided to attend, hoping to present her case. She prepared a presentation, including photos of her yard, samples of the turf, and testimonials from others who had successfully installed artificial grass in their communities. She hoped that reason and community spirit would prevail. At the meeting, Emily was met with a mixture of skepticism and hostility. The HOA board, mostly composed of older residents, listened patiently as Emily explained her plans. The opposition, led by Mrs. Thompson, voiced their concerns, emphasizing aesthetic standards, property values, and tradition. The discussion grew heated, with many residents expressing strong opinions. After much debate, the HOA announced they would hold a formal vote on whether to allow Emily to install her fake lawn. The community members were asked to cast their ballots, and the tension in the room was palpable. Emily watched anxiously as neighbors deliberated, some nodding in support, others shaking their heads disapprovingly. The results were announced a few days later. The majority voted to uphold the rule against artificial turf, citing concerns about neighborhood cohesion and property values. Emily's heart sank. She felt a mixture of disappointment and frustration. Her hopes of transforming her yard were dashed, at least for now, but Emily wasn't ready to give up entirely. She took the outcome as a challenge, vowing to find a way to appeal the decision or seek a special exemption. She started researching legal options, local ordinances, and potential pathways to challenge the HOA's ruling. She also began quietly, recruiting neighbors who shared her vision, or who were tired of the strict rules governing their yards. Meanwhile, Mrs. Thompson felt a sense of victory. She believed she had protected the neighborhood's charm and kept Emily's plans at bay. Yet behind her outward confidence, she didn't realize that Emily's resolve was only growing stronger. The battle over the yard was far from over. In the days that followed, Emily's frustration turned into a quiet campaign of persistence. She posted online, seeking advice and support from neighbors who had faced similar disputes. Some offered encouragement, while others warned her to be cautious. Still, Emily's determination only deepened. She knew that this wasn't just about her yard anymore. It was about standing up for her right to improve her home and challenging the old guard that tried to control everyone's choices. As the neighborhood settled into its usual rhythm, a new tension simmered beneath the surface. Emily's plans had been thwarted, but her spirit remained unbroken. She was already plotting her next move, aware that the real fight was only just beginning. The neighborhood's idyllic facade was cracking, and it was only a matter of time before the next chapter of this ongoing saga would unfold. And so, with her resolve firm, Emily prepared herself for what was to come, knowing that in a community so divided, even small disputes could ignite a wildfire of conflict.